Oh, Gia.
Oh, hello, Keisha. How we doing?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a Thursday. I'm feeling Thursday-ish.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Glad it's
Okay.
Friday tomorrow and we got a holiday weekend, so that's always exciting.
That is very exciting. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing about what happened for the whole week of General Hospital. I hope you've got some notes.
I do have some notes, Gia. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was a lot of sort of stuff that like conversations that sort of repeated the same thing over and over again, so I feel like
Yeah.
each of these episodes could have been edited down to about 20 minutes, but
Could have essentially been an email, right? They could have just emailed us with this, what happened.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. But I
Yeah.
guess the visual, it was nice to have the visual too. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
guess so. Okay.
Okay. So,
Oh, actually, no. I'm Googling. I'm going back. I'm looking at what happened. I do remember Tuesday now. Yep.
okay. Should we start with Tuesday?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So we started off with Justine and Sunny talking about Curtis and Jordan and Isaiah. And that seemed like sort of a silly conversation they were having.
yeah, it was a silly conversation, and why did they need to go to their little love nest to have it?
Yeah.
And why is Justine like, I mean, she said, why am I taking advice from, a mob boss, basically, and
Mhm. Mhm.
but it's good advice. And
Mhm.
then of course they end up snogging, and
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's why they have to meet at the forbidden place, just in case it leads
yeah,
to snogging.
the forbidden love.
Yeah.
I'm still not, and I guess is it my problem with the age gap? I just don't see her like getting all gaga over this guy that like seems so old. Like when they have
Yeah.
their faces move towards each other, I'm
Mhm.
like, no, it's like, no, that's wrong.
I know. I know. Yeah. I know. I think I'm kind of with you there. I mean, it's not just the age. It just seems like sort of fundamentally they're different types of people, like different energy levels, everything, and what their priorities are seem like they should be sort of opposed to each other. Um, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Right, and I guess that's supposed to be the enticement for them is that they should. It's forbidden. It is forbidden. They're not
Yeah.
supposed to be together. But I like them to address their unsuitability for each other, not only just because she's on one side of the law and he's on the other, but also because she is so young and beautiful, and he's an aging mob boss. Still
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
fit and very vital, but
Mhm.
obviously, in more of
Mhm.
his golden years. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. I feel like it also sort of shows a certain amount of, I don't know, vanity, and it seems like I don't even know if he would entertain the thought of dating someone his age.
oh, yeah, right, vanity on his part. Well, it also just
Yeah.
seems like he's still using the same moves that he
Yeah.
always did, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Mhm.
acknowledge that you are having some incredible luck here, dude. Just some freaking incredible luck.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Like,
just remembered that he had been with Natalia, and she was closer
yeah,
to his
she's a
age.
little closer, right? Yeah.
That
Um,
I don't know what if that never felt like a great relationship either, but at least they were closer in age.
but maybe if he just kind of acknowledged, like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm with you. This is so
Yeah.
incredible, and like, what do you see in me, kind of a thing. Like,
Yeah. He doesn't want to pull that thread.
but he just comes across as so like cocky and like I'm hot stuff and the same
Yeah.
old flirtatious
Mhm.
Sunny. And it's
Mhm.
like, dude,
Mhm.
those moves are so tired. Like she wasn't even
Yeah.
born when you were already using those moves on people,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Mhm. Right.
So,
Yeah.
and also, I don't know. I'm tired of everybody's take on this car accident. It's ridiculous. And
It's gone on so long, and yeah, we got another take today when Chase was like
oh
talking
right,
about
yeah,
his
when
Brook
Brooklyn
Lynn.
was basically defending herself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um yeah,
yeah,
so anyway, so I don't like that I don't like that uh that Turner is basically saying I can't be impartial because these people are my friends, so I'm gonna have to
I
go,
thought
go you know.
that was super lame on her part. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that like
So like, because that's her job.
yeah, and it shouldn't be that hard in this case if it does seem clear that Curtis was in the wrong and did damage to Isaiah. Doesn't matter who he's in a relationship with. None of that matters.
Yeah, so that was lame. So, and it
Yeah,
continues to be lame. It's very
yeah,
lame.
yeah.
So there's that. All right.
Yeah. Oh, and then another aspect of this that's already tiresome is this new cop, this Fitzpatrick guy, who's like acting like he's making all these assumptions. First of all, that Dante's just going to let Curtis walk because he's important, and he keeps talking about Curtis as though he's a friend of Dante's.
Yeah, and he hasn't really stated that he's a friend.
No, I don't think he has. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and he was like ready to walk out, and it all just felt a little weird that we had this new cop that we
Yeah.
weren't privy to the fact that there was a
Uh-huh.
new one coming on, and suddenly he's
Hmm.
already getting ready to quit. And
It just seems stupid. you
yeah, it
know.
seemed a little odd, but I like him around. I'm going to give him a chance.
All right, all right. I feel like
I'm giving him a
they
chance.
haven't figured out like what sort of tone they want him to strike, and he's striking the wrong one initially because
Yeah.
he's just like sort of already drawn all these conclusions, which doesn't seem like a good cop move.
Um, yeah, but I kind of like that he's like pointing out like, hey, people, are you like he's like, here's what I saw, and it was like I did what was appropriate for what I saw, and then I get here, and you guys are all pointing out how connected these people are, and I liked his impulse to be like, yeah, I can't work here if this is what we're doing, but I agree that Dante didn't really give him grounds to think that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It just seemed like he had all this sort of manufactured intensity and everything, and like
Yeah,
why not just like talk to Dante first about like
yeah, yeah.
concerns. Anyway, yeah, that all seemed kind of strange to me. And then we had Jordan and Curtis having their little conversation about all of this, and Curtis totally editing what happened to make
Right.
him
There was
look
nothing
less
about I went
guilty.
running up to them
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
started like raising my voice at them while they were just simply sitting,
right,
peacefully. Like
right,
he totally misrepresented. And
yeah.
he seems so, sure of himself, like as if he's telling
Mhm,
himself those things and,
mhm. Yep,
and buying it. No problem.
yep. And Jordan was
Delusional.
upset, but not upset enough, I didn't think, about what he had done.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she did seem to be like, did you hurt him? How hurt was he? And, but Curtis seems to completely tone deaf. He wasn't even picking up on that.
Yeah, yeah. And I would have thought Jordan would have, like, they would have made a call to see, like, how hurt Isaiah was.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
Um, I do think they sort of overdid how hurt he was, like, for falling. I mean, I guess I don't know
yeah.
how badly a hand can be hurt, but it seemed like that was a lot of breaking.
He fell exactly the wrong way.
11 to 13 breaks or something like that. And,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Uh-huh. Plus tendons got cut.
Tendons also. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was about the worst possible break that he could have suffered for
Yeah.
Isaiah. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't think, I wonder if that's going to make Curtis feel any differently, or if he'll just think, well, he had it coming,
I mean, yeah, that was his line. Like, well, he had it coming. He pushed me
Yeah.
to the edge,
Hmm.
and he, I'm totally justified.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't fathom what the writers are trying to do to Curtis. It's
I
like,
know. It seems like it just today it sort of flashed through my mind that maybe they're going to, like, he's going to wind up having like a brain tumor that's causing him to behave this way. It's like, because it really is such a departure, from who he used to be. And there
um,
isn't really that much driving him to behave this badly, you know?
yeah, I don't think they're going that route. I think that we had inklings of this, and now they're just like going for broke. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's going to have that kind of a come to Jesus moment when he realizes, that he's been like the biggest dickus in the room for a while.
Maybe, but it's hard to imagine, that he's going to really own
And
everything that
nobody
he's
around
done.
him. Like early on, we had Laura being the
Hmm.
voice of reason,
Yeah. Yeah.
and somebody else sort of reasoned with him. But
Yeah.
now both what's her name, Turner and Jordan are both treating this as if like, well, this other person, we've got to, they have got to
Hmm.
be caught. They have got to pay for what they
Yeah.
did and
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
did to Jordan. And it's like, wait
Right.
a minute. You like don't even, they're hardly even mentioning the fact that the person might not have known there was an accident.
Right.
They
Right.
just it's
Hmm.
like, I don't know. It's infuriating listening to it.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, gosh, I don't know.
Gosh, okay. So we had that. Yeah,
We had
more of
that.
them. I could do with less of them.
A lot less, yeah, yeah. Then we had a little Emma and Gio. Emma's still, of course, very distraught about Anna.
Was
And
this where they were sitting on the floor and she had the
yeah,
little piece of the
yeah,
mug and yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just another little sweet moment where he's so
Mhm.
supportive and lovely and
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we had Carly and Valentin, and things are sort of getting a little bit contentious with those
Well,
two.
the other woman has been brought into the, you
Yes,
know.
yes, right.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I mean he made a good attempt at sort of drawing a comparison between Carly and Jason and him and
But he
Anna.
was forgetting immediately that like, oh, Jason is in trouble. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. And Carly's not like circling around his
yeah, yeah.
person. So yeah, he lost that argument.
And
Um
so he's going to head to France, and that does seem kind of ridiculous.
yeah, that seems crazy really. But
Right,
maybe
and
he'll
where?
wind up on the same plane as Lulu and Rocco. That would be cute, wouldn't
Oh, that would be, yep, yeah, that would be fun. Um,
it?
as a side note, can I just mention that I'm secretly and not so secretly, internally and occasionally externally, really freaking out about Ebola right now.
I didn't see that coming.
Well,
I
just when
do.
you mentioned the plane thing, I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Uh huh.
well, and I'm flying somewhere later this month, and I'm like, how bad would it be to
Oh,
show up,
oh.
to be in a full hazmat outfit
Yeah,
as
I
like,
didn't realize
as
you
like,
were. Are you going to Tennessee or?
and I'm going to New Hampshire to my cousins for a brief cousin visit, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and there was some headline about somebody was accidentally let on some plane and they diverted them to like Canada or something. I'm like, that poor Canada. Like what? Like, and
Poor
like,
Canada.
could they
Yeah,
maybe tighten up these procedures right now?
I know. Yeah,
I read this book called The Hot Zone years ago.
that was like the book about Ebola, right?
I casually picked it up in the staff room one day at work. I'm like, oh, a book. And
Oh dear.
it changed my life. I couldn't shut up about it, and this was
Uh-huh.
way before any inkling of any of the crap that's gone down in recent years, and so, and I don't even I have some masks still, but they're not the, K whatevers, so I'm going to have to freaking stock back up on, I know it's not airborne, but I just,
Okay, Kia. Whatever you got to
I
do.
know. I'm just saying, I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
It's kind of nudged the whole hantavirus thing out of my brain a little bit. That's the only good thing, because that's,
that was another one where it seemed like those people were released into the world, without really.
Yeah, it was all a little willy-nilly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, Gia. Yeah, that one seemed a little silly, the way they handled that group of people.
Yeah. Anyway, but, so we hope that everyone will take precautions, Valentin and Rocco and Lulu, if they are on flights.
Way to bring us back to the hospital.
Yeah.
Smooth. Very smooth. Okay. You don't really care about that. Okay. So, all right. Then we had, let's see, Rocco, Danny, and Charlotte. This was before they went over to Windermere. Rocco, again, trying to talk them out of it.
Yeah, and again, like, being over the top, and they're just staring at him like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's mental. Yeah.
But I feel like they saw what he was talking about. I mean, they don't know the reason he's like that on edge, but they got a real dose of Cullum there. And
yeah, they did. Yeah. So that should have opened their eyes a bit. And I liked when they were watching that whole scene unfold and listening to Britt and Cullum and everything. Afterwards, when Charlotte described Cullum giving her the shot as an assault, I thought that was good, like a good way for her to like absorb that,
Yeah, and I mean, the more people that know that Britt is, basically a prisoner of this whole situation, it seems the better. But,
right.
But yeah, I was so glad when Ava was with them, because when Ava and Sidwell came in and Ava saves the day, because if it had been just Sidwell, do you think those kids would have been toast?
I don't know. I mean, Sidwell would have weighed, like that these kids are both connected to a lot of important people, like he said, but I don't know. He might have, it's hard to say. He might have decided to look the other way. Yeah. Who knows? Or taking one.
I mean, I was even worried that when he was like escorting them back to the boat, I was like, oh man, is that a good idea?
I know. Idea. Yeah, he's a bit of a wild card because, he was also a little bit relaxed with Britt coming and going when Cullum wanted to keep her there, So depends on his mood, I guess. But yeah, that was very smooth of Ava to pull Alexis into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a good person to have on your side, that Ava.
Right. And not against you, definitely. But and I think, I don't know if it was Tuesday, but I think it was the Ava and Alexis having their conversation about Delilah. Like, why? I don't know why Alexis is doing all the PI work herself. That seems a little weird.
I know. That's a little silly when she said she knew someone. She met herself, I guess.
Yeah, but we got a little more information about this whole art world thing and the tattoo and all that, so that little storyline is moving along a little bit. Yeah. And, I like art world hijinks. That's sort of fun.
Sure. That's a whole new sort of
new twist, and there's certainly plenty of like crooked stuff going on there. It seems like so. It seems like there's a lot of room for shady dealings.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so that could be fun, I guess. Let's see. We also had then we had this also on Tuesday towards the end. Rocco went over to talk to Gio like super
Oh
freaked
yeah, freaked out. Yeah, and then Gio
out.
goes and tells Dante, and they
Yeah.
actually like have bonding moments while they're on
Mhm.
this search. So that was
Yeah.
kind of nice. But then
Yeah.
by the end of this week, Dante's back in his super jerk mode.
Yeah, I know. That was disappointing.
Yeah.
That was disappointing. Are you talking?
Somewhat, I
Sorry,
mean,
go ahead.
somewhat justified, but I hate that when he gets that tone and is just like,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know, get issuing orders and just kind of being jerky in
Are you,
general.
are you talking more like when he was with Lulu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Because he was also like in that instance, I feel like he does have a leg to stand on because Lulu's making a lot of decisions without him as if he doesn't have a vote. He doesn't
right,
have the
right. That's what
right
I
to
mean.
vote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
justified. I just don't like the tone he gets when you know,
Yeah.
when he's making his point. It makes me
Yeah.
want to side with Lulu, you know, 'cause it's like,
I didn't really like either of
and
them in that moment. I
yeah,
thought
I knew you weren't.
Rocco
I
would
was like,
take
oh, this
off.
is the kind of yelly stuff that you
Yeah,
don't like.
I hate that.
I But I also, on the other hand, I'm like, I wanted Lulu to say, so what's your plan, Dante?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's my
Uh-huh.
plan. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
If this
I
is,
know.
you're
Right.
like, what? Just like sit on the evidence and that's it and just hope nothing bad happens to him, I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that when between the points he was trying to make, I was thinking, yeah, so okay, if Rocco stays in town, how do you protect him? you know?
Right, right. I didn't even want her sending him out for Downey or
Yeah,
whatever he went out to get.
yeah,
I was like, is
yeah.
that a good idea? I don't think so. Um,
No, no.
but going back to Dante and Gio and the Gio sort of betraying Rocco's trust, I
Mhm.
was totally like cool with Gio doing that.
Me too. Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
was like, oh man, this kid is having a mental health crisis moment,
yeah,
and this is
yeah.
not the time to like. I wish he had not promised to be. I
Right.
wish he had maybe said something like, if I feel like it's dangerous, I,
Hmm.
might
Right.
have to,
Yeah.
you know.
I know.
Um,
I know.
but and so I was sad that he had to feel like Rocco had to feel like he got betrayed. But I
Hmm.
think looking back when years pass, he'll be like, oh yeah, he'll get it.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping he gets over that and apologizes to Gio for
He's
being a
just
jerk.
like his head's gonna pop off, poor Rocco.
He
He's
was,
like,
he was, yeah, completely unhinged.
yeah. And I think that, I mean, I'm jumping ahead to today, but don't you think we're gonna see Rocco and Britt on the run together now?
Ooh, I guess that's possible. Yeah, it did seem to me after Rocco heard Lulu and Dante having their argument, and everything that he was probably thinking, oh, there's got to be another option, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I just kind of think she might take like she was talking about leaving herself
Hmm.
anyway to
Right.
save
Yeah.
everybody, and maybe she'll be like,
Mhm.
ugh, I'm the only one who could save this boy, and I don't
Maybe.
know,
Yeah,
maybe.
although I don't know, she's been trying so hard not to sort of betray Lulu and Dante,
Yeah, she has
you
been,
know.
but then
But
Dante was a
Dante
little bit
was
of
also,
a jerk with her, so
he was a real asshole to her, I thought. I didn't like
yeah,
that at all. Yeah. But he doesn't realize how much she's doing sort of behind the scenes to try to fix things.
yeah, I know, and he doesn't. Nobody seems to be acknowledging like Rocco's role in like constantly going to Brit. It's like,
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. I don't like it, yeah, when they
Rocco's the
act
one
like,
initiating it all the time.
right, and people keep sort of trying to lay all the blame on Britt, which isn't really
Yeah.
fair. Um,
I
yeah.
knew you wouldn't like that. I could feel that you didn't like that.
I really, really didn't. No, not at all. Poor Britt. Poor Britt.
Okay, so should we shift to Wednesday? Because I feel like
Yeah, sure. There was
we're
some stuff on
skipping.
Wednesday that was kind of like contained in Wednesday's episode. And So we start off with Laura and Alexis. Laura is looking for information on how to approach Willow for a favor.
Yeah.
And I thought Laura's scarf and the coloring like of her outfit, I thought that looked really nice on her.
Okay. I think I remember it. It was all in blues, sort of a blue.
Blue jacket, yeah, and then the scarf had some blue, white, and some other colors in it. It looked sort of lovely on her.
All right.
It did have like black and orange combo, which I didn't think was working for her. So this was an improvement.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, you didn't like the pumpkin look.
No, not even on Halloween, I don't think. Would that be acceptable?
Oh, okay. All right.
So then please do. Then we had Willow and Nina, and I like that Willow can't even disguise her contempt for Nina anymore. It seems like,
And the whole like passing off of the massive needle, the massive syringe.
Yeah.
And the knock on the door, and it's like, oh my God, can Nina even manage to get it in her purse before, she's such a freaking train wreck right now.
I know. And also like the fact that like she's the reason why this whole thing is happening, because she couldn't handle giving Drew a shot. So when she steps up to volunteer again, it's like, do you think you're going to get any better at this?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And the amount of time she takes, like hesitating, it's like ridiculous. It's crazy. But it's all sort of fun. And I mean, Willow in her high-powered suit, which she does look fabulous. I mean, she's kind of a Black Widow, but doesn't she look great? I mean, she's like moved into her own on this whole thing.
Yeah, she really is getting off on this new position of hers.
She's feeling her power. But wasn't she lovely with Laura? And like, she just calls up France and she gets stuff done.
I know. In my note, I think I said Willow. Yeah, Willow calls France.
Willow just calls France.
Yeah. Hello, France.
Yeah. But she's highly effective, She's and Laura couldn't have been more appreciative. I was like,
well, that's the thing.
The side of Willow that's the good part.
Well, I think also Laura presented her with a perfect opportunity to act like she was this lovely, caring person.
Yeah.
Now she's got Laura on her side, so I think that was completely self-serving. I don't know. She didn't give a shit what Laura was asking her.
Come on.
No, seriously. I didn't think she cared at all.
Willow's black heart. She may be being a little bit manipulative. It's true.
I think so. But if Laura gets any help out of it, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah. Laura seemed completely charmed by her.
Completely. Yeah. So, Willow, that was smart. Well played on Willow's part.
Well played, Willow. I mean, don't you admire Willow on some level?
I think so. No, I don't.
I mean, she's keeping all these plates in the air spinning, and not easy.
No,
and looking fabulous doing it, I mean, looking fabulous, that alone would be a full-time job, but she's looking fabulous and getting all this other shit done.
That's true. Yeah. All right. She gets credit for that, I guess. Looking so good while she's doing all these things, these bad things.
Yeah. But she does seem to be a pretty effective politician thus far.
Yeah, I guess. Do you think it really is that easy to just call France and have something happen?
You call France? She's working on a lot of different initiatives. I mean, I imagine the constituents are like glad Drew is out of commission and that she's actually
getting some stuff done.
Getting some good stuff done because we don't know anything he got done.
No,
I mean, we didn't hear anything more about the
Esplanade.
Esplanade, I was going to say parapet. Like, he wasn't building a parapet.
Yep, nothing.
The Esplanade, that was going to be his signature accomplishment.
Yeah, I know.
For old McConkey.
Yeah, Yeah,
Lucky.
man, did he let down that
Yeah.
poor old guy?
Yeah. Hey, did
Yeah.
you watch Deadwood?
No.
Oh, okay. It was
Sorry.
fantastic. I don't know
Okay.
if we have Deadwood fans out there, but sadly, and we didn't know this going in, but sadly it got canceled, so it just ends
Mhm.
abruptly, and we're like,
Oh, that's a
that's
bummer.
strange. Yeah, they
Mhm.
did a movie to kind of wrap things up, but the
I
movies are
see.
never good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
anyway, fabulous. Very,
Okay.
very, very violent. A lot of
Well,
nudity, but
yeah.
also
Uh-huh.
also Shakespearean, like a foul-mouthed Shakespearean Western with
Mhm.
like based on historical characters that really existed. It was like, I don't know how they did this.
Okay.
Anyway, if you're looking for something, but yeah, but the violence is, almost completely aimed at humans, and I know that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that, Chia.
okay. Just a little side note. Sorry, I'm still sort of under its spell. We just finished it.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
But we were
Okay.
both like, what the hell? And then I Googled it and I'm like, oh, it got canceled. And then, so,
Yeah.
they didn't wrap things up because they didn't know they
Mhm.
were,
Mhm.
oh well.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
okay. So back to our world. So Willow, Laura,
Mhm.
yep. Okay.
Mhm. Meanwhile, we had Lulu asking Ethan for
Oh,
passport.
the passports, yep. Yeah. I
Mhm.
always forget
Mhm.
they're like brother and sister. I'm like, is he going to make a move? And then I'm like, oh wait, gross. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flowers in the attic alert.
Yeah. So yeah, and I still can't really remember their relationship before, so it's still
I
surprising
can't
to me
either.
how
Yeah.
close they seem to be. Um,
Yeah.
you know, like the
Well, because it
kind of
wasn't her. So,
right that
but yeah, I
doesn't
don't even
happen.
have any mental pictures in my head of any of the other Lulus with him. But
No, no,
they
no.
must have had a relationship. One
I
of
guess
them.
so. I guess. But like the fact that he'll do basically anything she asks of him,
Yeah.
it's hard to sort of fathom that sort of.
Well, because I've met your brothers and you've met mine, and they just
Yeah,
wouldn't do that.
they're not going that extra mile.
It wouldn't do anything else to them.
You want a what? A passport? I
I'm
don't
like,
think
no,
so.
but I'll give you noogies or whatever,
You're
that
gonna
they
have
say.
to Venmo me a lot of money to get
Yeah.
that to happen.
Did your brothers
Um,
do this thing like, did they play Why You Hitting Yourself with you?
no, no. Another piece of the puzzle, ladies and gentlemen.
Why You Hitting Yourself? Yeah, and I
Oh,
think, they were older than me, so they always won at everything, like, cause they would just
uh-huh.
physically could overpower me, but it was like they'd take my arm and make me smack myself in the face with it, why you hitting
Uh-huh.
yourself? Like, and then I would just be seeing red,
Yeah, I
and I
can
would
picture
attach
that.
myself to them like a tick and
Hmm.
try to do, damage vital organs or whatever, and
Hmm. Hmm.
so never felt like murdering anybody more than my brothers. I don't feel that way now, but
That's good.
did you have that sensation? There's gotta be people
Uh,
that relate to that. Like,
yeah, I mean, there were definitely times when we were getting on each other's nerves and being mean to each other.
yeah,
Definitely.
nobody can get under your skin like a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Lulu and Ethan, not like that. Yeah, very loving, very
Very,
kind.
very loving. Yep. And Ethan, for whatever sort of schemes he's got going on, pure gold to his sister. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
very helpful.
very helpful.
Okay, so we
Uh,
had that.
yeah. And we kind of talked about the whole Cullum, Danny, Charlotte, Sidwell, Ava, Alexis
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Uh,
Colin, again, just chillingly scary with everybody.
yeah. Yeah.
And I thought Danny and Charlotte, those actors, were doing a great job of suddenly like going, "Oh my God, this is like real,"
Yeah. Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
They kind of,
Hmm.
but what the hell did they think they were going to do there? Still don't know
Right. I
what
think that
they
it's
just kind
just
of
that
poke
sort of,
around.
yeah, right. I think it's just being sort of young and just believing that you've got it all figured out, you know? They
Um,
probably just thought they'd stumble upon something that would solve the problems for them.
I had hoped so that they would have been chucked down there and like suddenly we would have discovered Joss down there and that we would have
Yeah,
moved that storyline along, but it got
yeah,
thwarted. So.
yeah, right, right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they would allow a bunch of prisoners downstairs. You know, I think that would cause a lot more problems than it would,
Probably,
you
yeah.
know. It would be fun. It would be fun for
It,
us,
it, yeah, yeah. But
but maybe
anyway.
not for maybe not for Sidwell. And so it sounds like Cullum isn't necessarily aware of everything that's going on in the house, but Sidwell is aware that Joss is down there.
Oh, is he?
It seemed like the way Joss was talking about him, they kind of made it sound like he knew she was there and didn't care really whether she was alive or dead. I think
Hmm.
maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it was a little
Well, you
vague.
could be right. I miss a lot. Uh,
Well, it was vague, so it was kind of open to interpretation, I guess. But I was just wondering, like, would it be possible even for Nathan to have Joss down there without anybody knowing about it? You know, because wouldn't Pascal be aware of what's going on down there too?
One would think so. One would think, and like, how is he getting the food? Like, who's getting the food
Yeah,
ready? Like, he's
yeah,
not taking food every day from
right.
the mainland, and
Right, right. Yeah, so I feel like at least if Pascal knows, that means Sidwell knows, probably. But
yeah,
then
probably, yeah,
I don't know. It's a little vague. It is vague. It's hard to figure out like where the power, resides in this household.
yeah,
Really.
yeah. Um,
Let's see. Right.
what
So
else
then,
happened? Was Wednesday the day that Brandon woke up when Nina failed
yeah,
again
yeah,
to inject the?
yeah. Nina went
Okay.
into his room with a syringe, and her hand was all shaky and everything. Yeah, that reminds me. In the scene with Sonny and Justine when he was pouring them drinks, his hand looked like it was shaking all over the place.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's not really a turn on. Um, I didn't notice that,
I mean, maybe not
but
all over, but it was definitely not
yeah.
steady, And I wondered if he had some sort of a health issue.
See, I just think I mean I know I'm always saying this, and I know I harped all about poor Robert for a long time when they were trying to
Right,
make him the
right,
one that
right.
and he
Mhm,
was seeming obviously much older and more frail
mhm, mhm.
um, than Sonny. I'm not saying that Sonny is
Right.
at
Mhm,
that level, but
mhm.
I think they can make these storylines work if they acknowledge people's
Yeah,
aging
yeah.
and make it
Mhm.
part of the story.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
would in real life.
Right. I think that's a good point, Gia. And I don't think, yeah, it wouldn't
Thanks.
cost them anything to be more
It
honest
would, I
about it
think it would
all.
add a layer of
Mhm.
depth to what's
Mhm.
happening,
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
pretending that, like, Sonny's still doing the, hey, how you doing? Like, it's gonna
Yeah.
work on this
Right.
woman who's like 20 or 30 years younger than him. Um,
Right. Right. Yep.
I don't know. Or if we could have her, like, talking about like I know he's a lot older than me and I know but I for some unknown reason I'm just so attracted to him or so I don't know like
Yeah.
maybe she could have daddy issues or something that would
Right.
explain
That's about the only explanation I think there is.
um well I mean people I shouldn't discount people obviously have romances that are
Mm-hmm.
May December whatever and they work and but I
Mm-hmm.
think they acknowledge them I think they I don't know
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
my husband's quite a bit older than I am.
Yeah, like what, 3 years? 4 years?
5.
Five. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I know he's kind of immature, so you probably didn't realize that.
No, I didn't. Was he born in 62? 61.
He's
Okay.
61
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Didn't realize that. Okay.
Pretty ancient. Yeah. He's out there like reading through his different, like, is he going to go with Humana? I don't know.
Yep. Big decisions. Yeah.
Anyway, I shouldn't keep harping on it, but I feel like seeing them use Sunny this way as a
hmm
character, I feel like it sort of diminishes him or something, It
Yeah.
seems,
Yeah. hmm
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just pushing it or something, where I'd rather see a more nuanced story. I'm not
hmm
saying he shouldn't have a love interest. I just want them to kind of acknowledge where he is in life
Yeah.
and make
Yeah.
that part of it.
hmm Yeah. Yeah. I agree, Gia. I agree.
He can
All good points.
score, sure,
Sure. Right.
sure.
Right.
Anyway, okay, sorry, I'm on a soapbox now. Soapbox. Okay, what else did we have? Anything else good on Wednesday?
Well, that was after, Rocco went and talked to Britt again, and Cullum sort of overheard them as they were leaving. So that was
Oh,
his
he
first tip
knows.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually before that, Sidwell had put together that Danny couldn't have been
Right.
there
Right.
because
Yeah.
Alexis, revealed that Danny was
Yeah.
with her when they found
hmm
Marco.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, so they figured out that it wasn't Danny, and now yes, Cullum knows that it was Rocco, and so yeah, so he should not be out buying laundry detergent. That's the bottom line there.
bottom line. And I thought when Alexis was telling Sidwell that Danny was with her, I thought she could have mentioned something about how Danny had really helped and really tried to help Marco, because they would have gotten some points
Yeah,
for that.
right, yeah, and how very affected he was by the whole. Well, I guess she did say that.
She said that, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
she could have said Danny sprang into action,
yeah, right.
like that. Anyway, then let's see. We also had Carly and Valentin again continuing their sort of debate about
Argument
stuff.
about Anna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, uh-huh.
yeah,
Um,
and I think Carly's right to keep pushing this whole he does seem dismissive about the Joss disappearance a little bit.
yeah, he's just decided in his mind that she's
Yeah,
tucked away safely, and he doesn't really
yeah,
have any proof of that.
yeah. And I think, she made a great point when it's like, if this were your daughter, you wouldn't be accepting that. It's like, why are you
hmm
just just,
hmm Yeah.
so I think her spidey senses are spot on this one.
Yes, yes. And then Danny and Charlotte came crashing through, because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
all over town, and told them what they had seen. And there was some stuff there that they hadn't known before,
They hadn't known about the Brit component, I guess. Is that what it is?
or hadn't known that she wasn't there voluntarily, that she was
I
basically
think, yeah,
going to
because
show up.
they
Yeah.
revealed that about the injection, right? And
Yeah, for some reason I thought maybe they had that information through Joss or something, but I guess not.
yeah, why didn't they have that already? But it seemed like it was new. Didn't Carly say something about,
Yeah, she
about,
felt bad
yeah,
for Britt all of a
yeah.
sudden. So yeah, that was a little bit confusing to me. It's just too hard to figure out who knows what with this whole
I know we'd have to
situation.
have a whiteboard. It is,
We would.
we are beginning to
We would.
border on the pikeman stuff, but it does seem
Yeah.
like people are all starting to put
Mhm.
everything together, but
Mhm.
it's not helping.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not helping.
It's not
Um,
helping. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, then Valentine said he was going to go put an end to this whole project. So, he was
Yeah,
acting
whatever
all
that means.
macho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he really
Let me
can,
just go get a fresh hoodie, and I'm going to go put an
Yeah.
end to this.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if that actually happens. So yeah, that was about all we had on Wednesday. That the episode ended with Willow calling France, pretty much, and wowing
Right.
Laura.
France. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen her.
yeah, and so that brings us to today.
Yeah, which today there were lots of things I liked.
Yeah, what
Like
like that?
well, the highlight for me was Pascal being back on.
There was a lot of Pascal. Yeah, yikes.
I thought Pascal and Lucas like kind of hashing through the whole like who's
Yeah.
who
More
is Sidwell
guilty.
going to be, more likely to murder? Well, both of you
Yeah,
probably, but
right.
they're like, now they're entangled with each other.
Yeah.
They're like
Uh-huh.
complicit. They're both,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so that it sort of bonds them a little bit.
Yeah, strangely, you're right. I
Yeah.
thought the fact that he was wearing a tie that Lucas bought for him, God, how awful would that feel to
And
Lucas,
I loved
you
how
know?
just arrogant he was about it. Like, I loved I loved that they have Pascal being so deeply in love with Marco and,
Hmm.
and also just talking about how badly he wanted to kill Lucas, to Lucas's
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
and Lucas is just kind of taking it. And it's so, like,
Hmm.
I feel like they're also sort of bonding over their love of Marco, which is like
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
household is bonded over that.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think they could become buddies at some point?
I don't know. They might have to partner up against Sidwell to save their hides.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also like like no breakfast for you, no I
Yeah.
just love how arrogant Pascal is and how he just
Mm.
he
Yeah.
wasn't sheepish about stealing the tie. He was
No.
felt like
No,
it
he
was his
wasn't.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's playing a slightly dangerous game though, because Sidwell doesn't want to see him mistreating Lucas. You know.
No, I know, yeah, but I feel like they might have to team up to keep
Hmm.
information from Sidwell just to
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. But
Hmm.
I like how calm Lucas was about the whole thing, and I like
Hmm.
the end of the scene, but like Lucas is at the door with his head turned back and kind of,
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like it had some depth. This whole conversation that they had.
Yeah, yeah, and they do both carry all this enormous guilt for the role they
Yeah,
played. So yeah,
yeah,
that does bond them because at least one other person feels the same way you do, and that's
yeah, yeah.
maybe a little comforting, I
So
guess.
I liked that. I mean, as much as I hated Pascal before, I was excited to see him today. I don't know what's the matter with me.
I don't either, Gia. We won't try to
So many
sort that out
things.
tonight.
So many things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I
Hmm.
liked. I don't know. I thought I kind of liked Britt. I mean, we had a little more of Britt here and there,
Hmm.
and
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I didn't like the scene with Dante because I thought he was mean to her, but she did have a pretty good scene with Danny. Danny was a little bit mean to her too, but then he kind of came around, right?
yeah, right. Because they both were like, just because they both know Jason and they
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
he was like realizing like she was doing what Jason wanted, and they both have
Right.
reverence for Jason.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I just like seeing Britt sort of being noble and trying to figure out a way to take the
Mhm.
responsibility for this whole thing and
Mhm. Yeah.
make it right by leaving or whatever she's going to do.
Yeah. Yes. Quite a weight on her shoulders, and plus
So
she
for a
knows.
selfish, for what's supposedly a selfish character, she's really
Right.
being pretty selfless, or
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be walking away from her source of medication if she actually does
Yeah,
leave. So,
right, right.
yeah. So yeah, some good Brit stuff. Then we had Brook Lynn and Chase and little Phoebe.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I mean, Phoebe, so remember how before said I thought they might be using stock, um,
oh yeah,
just
yeah,
footage
like a
of
loop,
Phoebe
a
talking,
loop of
like a loop
yeah.
of Phoebe being
Uh-huh.
cute, but no, she
Uh-huh.
was like freshly cute today.
She really
Um,
was. Yeah.
Yeah, and even when they were like doing lines with somebody else, like she was looking up at Chase and he's like speaking to somebody else, and she's still trying to get his attention and being
Yeah.
all coy and cute, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. 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 They got a pretty good
So
baby there.
yeah, so good baby. She was cute. We got to see Brook Lynn's arms. I don't think we've seen her
We
arms. And
did see her arms.
yeah,
Yep. Yep. I thought that color looked good on her, although it still seemed like
and
a fall sort of a color.
it did. It still does, and it also just seems like a futzy kind of a material and everything for
Yeah.
somebody to be wearing, just sitting at home taking care of a
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
But I liked her hair up. I thought she has
Mhm.
a lovely neck and profile and
Mhm.
everything. Looked pretty.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I don't know why Alexis would need to come by yet again, but you know, they're getting their
I know.
money's worth, I guess, for,
Yeah. He's only got one case apparently.
I
And
guess. He's going
and
all out.
Chase was wearing like a flannel shirt, wasn't he? That was another thing that was.
It was kind of a heavyweight, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was coolish here today, so I felt like, I almost put on a flannel shirt, but
It's been like 90, 91 here lately.
yeah, yeah, of course. Um, let's see. So, but then the hardest part of that whole scene was when Chase was talking about like what had happened with Curtis, and then went into like his sort of rant about like what a
How could
crime this
somebody,
person had committed by,
yeah,
fleeing. And that they could even be charged for property damage for hitting the guardrail. That seemed like a
yeah,
stretch.
I know. It was all ridiculous. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and of course, I don't know who's more, like unhinged seeming when they're guilty, if it's Brook Lynn or Nina, but they should probably
Yeah.
both be going to some sort of support group.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. Right. I like Brooklyn when Chase was saying all of that stuff, like how she couldn't just like keep from breaking down and telling him everything, it seemed like it was strange. Like at first it looked like she was gonna spill the beans, and then suddenly she was like cool again. And I guess it was probably because like Ethan came over, and so that shifted focus. But
Yeah, and
I don't know.
Ethan, of course, is seeming like if he's not the father of that baby, would he
Yeah,
be as attached seeming if he was just like I get like okay he was friends with a Delilah person and so of course he'd be
yeah,
sad about this
uh-huh.
baby, but he seems very attached to the baby itself, you
He
know.
does. Yeah, it's seeming like he's the father.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, yeah,
and they seem to be showing him like, you know, is he pondering leaving the baby with them just because, you know, like he
right,
feels like they'd provide a better,
right. Yeah,
you know, I don't
yeah.
know.
Right. I think he's a little bit torn there. I
Yeah.
mean, I do think, yeah, he probably thinks the baby would have a much better life with them, but I think he also kind of would like to be in the baby's life.
Yeah, so this is a tangled web. It's like a soap opera.
It is a little bit. And, well, now I guess he's supposed to be going away with Lulu and Rocco, right? So,
Oh, right. Yeah, so, right. Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Hmm.
that seemed like a big ask, didn't it, of Lulu to
Yeah.
tell Ethan she wanted him to come with them?
Well, he offered, didn't he offer to do whatever?
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. That was all hypothetical.
Well, I feel better thinking about him being with them because seems like she'd probably screw it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
we haven't said anything about fashion other than Willow looking so fabulous. Oh, well, and you talked about Laura's outfit, but
Hmm.
I'm going to go on record saying I despise that shirt Lulu was wearing.
It seemed a little ill-fitting, didn't it? Or was it meant to be that sort of snug?
It was very snug, but and it did have the retching that, you know, we're very fond of retching on this show. But I just thought it looked so ugly. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Maybe it was the fit. I mean, obviously she's a beautiful woman and well
Hmm.
proportioned and everything, but,
Hmm.
and I was like, why? And who walks around in like the jeans with the spike heels. And why would you
Yeah.
be wearing those also if you're thinking you might have to take off any second,
Right.
like literally
Right.
take off
Right. That's
at a
a
run.
sneaker
Yeah.
situation.
I mean, maybe she's got a pair of Crocs in that bag and then she's going to do the
Maybe she
quick
does.
Croc
Yeah.
change. Uh,
Yeah.
anyway, that wasn't my favorite outfit of the day.
No. No. And you know what I was thinking throughout these 3 days? I realized that Rocco is in some danger because of Cullum, but I don't think he needs to feel distraught anymore for having shot Cullum because Cullum's perfectly fine now.
Right, yeah.
You know, and he
And
did
also
save two
he
lives.
was defending someone.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I just kind of feel like he could start to calm down a little bit. You
I don't
know?
think he's got it in him. He's
No,
sort of wild. I mean,
he's wound up super tight. But I feel like more people should be letting him know that, listen, sure you shot somebody you never wanted to do that, but Cullum survived,
he's just fine. Look at him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
not only is he fine, like his hair got darker while he was in the hospital. I mean,
Yeah,
he's doing really well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know he should also probably be feeling guilty because Jason got sent away for all of this, so that could be
Well,
weighing on
that
him,
part, yeah.
but it seems like it's more the horror of having shot somebody that's what they, are
That's
acting.
staying with him, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he could never be a mobster, I don't think.
No, I'm not sure. He's a very sensitive boy.
He is very sensitive, yes.
But yeah, I mean, maybe he should be like, I don't know, just some deep breathing exercises or something.
Yeah. I think that wouldn't hurt. Yeah. Well, maybe just
Um,
take a page out of Charlotte's book because she never seems to be really rattled by anything,
no, she's definitely cool as a cucumber, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. She's sort of his opposite, she could probably shoot somebody and then just be fine.
Willow also could give lessons on,
Yeah.
keeping a cool head in tough
Yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah. Although she's not very good about behaving like there's no problem with Nina, she's
Oh no, she has a hard time sort of, keeping a like straight face.
yeah, it's like Nina's
on
the
that.
problem child in her life,
Yeah. Well, she kind of is.
She's a mess. She's a mess. Sure. Sure.
Let's see, what else happened today? Anything else that we need to cover?
Well, we had Nathan and Dante, a little bit of them. Dante asking Nathan if he was going to help Lulu.
Yeah, and I like how Nathan Cassius kind of sticks his ground and says, I'm not, but if she asks, I will. I like how he's not kowtowing to he's got his ideas of what he thinks should happen, and he's sticking to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's definitely not the same Nathan. Like Dante would not recognize that sort of behavior.
Right? Yeah.
And before that, we had Joss cracking the chair over Nathan's
Oh yeah,
head.
that was fun. I liked that. Yeah.
That's just a little rude, though.
But it was enterprising of her. And what do you think about those tools that she finds at the end? Is she going to kill him now?
I don't know. I don't.
Where did Anna get those? What the hell? They sharpened pieces of something.
Yeah, she must have been working on those for a long time.
Is that what you call a shiv?
Yeah, it's a type of shiv, I think, Gia, yeah.
Where does that word come from? What's going on there?
Jesus, who cares?
Jesus. Jesus. Well, it's an interesting word, though,
Okay.
Well, it's obviously a handmade knife or,
Yeah.
But, Cassius better definitely watch his back. I like how he just keeps showing up at work, beat up again and, don't ask,
Getting beaten up by a girl repeatedly. Even though she's my captive. Yeah. I mean, that's, I guess, a sign of a gentleman that he's just taking it, you know?
Yeah, he just takes it. Yeah, yeah. But,
Yeah.
and it's so funny that like nobody's questioning him further. I guess if you're a cop, you have a lot of people would assume it was just some bad arrest or something, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so you can get by with walking in with fresh wounds all the time. And,
Although nobody else ever seems to get hurt,
no,
you know, and he doesn't have any, like, he's not arresting anybody, you know, so it's a little
yeah,
mysterious.
yeah,
People should be slightly curious, I think.
yeah. But
Um,
I liked Joss like crouching there. It's a little bit um like the I don't know Wile E. Coyote and the
uh-huh. Yeah.
Roadrunner, and they're
Yeah.
just gonna keep
Right.
trying to
Right.
get each other, you know. And,
Yeah. But I can't believe she would like stab Nathan. That seems extreme.
well, what would the other implication be? Like, what else would she do with
Yeah.
those two?
I know. That
Like
seems to
chip
be
her
like,
way through a wall or something?
yeah, no, I don't think that would work. But it just seems like that would be kind of like unjustified a little bit, you know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I guess she's,
Well, maybe she could just get him in like in his heel or something. Like maybe it could
yeah,
be like
just
a
so she can get away.
just
I mean, I
yeah.
could see like her, like knowing that it would be good to have a weapon in case Cullum paid a visit or something, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, she's very resourceful, young Joss.
Is your admiration for her growing at all, or you
Not
still just
really, no.
irritated by?
No. I mean, because I thought she was kind of making some progress with Nathan, and now it's like now she sort of set herself back again because you know he's going to be wary of her.
Because she clocked him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And she wasn't even concerned about how she was aiming that chair out. She could have put his eye out.
Yeah, but you know, gal's got to do what a gal's got to do. She was trying to get away.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, her life is in danger here. So
Sure.
not really though.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get the upper hand soon.
I think so. Yeah. And meanwhile, I mean, we haven't really talked about how they're describing Anna's situation and that she was able to escape this place and hijack a car and everything. And that all seems a little bit wacky too, you know, whatever's going on with Anna.
Yeah, well, I guess I should read up on, like, do we have any word on whether they're gonna, like, are they keeping her as a recurring character, or is this some way to escort the character off the whole, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
like, I hope not. I hope she's gonna be recurring.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Hmm.
but maybe they're just putting her in this, you know, high, whatever, facility so they
Hmm.
can keep her in a back pocket, you know, but
Hmm.
it also seems like a convenient way to not see her for a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also don't know, like, if Cullum, like, if they're still playing a part in, like, her treatment, or is she really just sort of at the mercy of whoever is running these places in
Don't
France?
you think they've got to have a hand in the
I would
whole,
think so. Yeah, I would think
yeah,
they're probably still, like, I don't know, medicating her or whatever, you know, to keep her.
yeah, I'm just assuming that they're all in on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Hmm. Right. Poor
yeah,
Anna.
poor Anna, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Anyway, but I guess that's kind of it, huh?
yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So we had some stuff, we had some things happening.
Yeah,
Um,
we did. Um, and yeah, lots of stuff still in motion. We'll see how this all plays out. It does seem like things are heating up, like with whatever's going to happen with Rocco and Britt. Seems like it will happen pretty
Yeah,
soon.
it's gonna be any second. Yeah. I don't know. I just pictured them kind of like on the run in a sort of pseudo mother-son. Like it's supposed to be Lulu and him on the run, but it'll be
Mm,
Britt and Rocco on
that
the
would
run, and that'll
kill
just make her
Lulu.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
just kill. I would like that part of that aspect of it. If it drove Lulu nuts. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
But one
Okay.
other little detail is now Joss knows all about like really what's happened to Anna, and she's really the
Right.
only person sort of who
Yeah.
could help explain. Well, I guess Valentin has an idea of what's happened to Anna,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anyway.
Anyway,
Anywho,
we'll just keep watching and enjoying
okay.
ourselves.
Yeah, we will enjoy ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. I have not like gone on our Facebook page in a little bit. There's probably comments I
Yeah.
need to answer. I apologize. I'll get on it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for doing that, Gia.
I've been adulting and freaking out about Ebola and stuff, and
Yeah, that's a full-time job too,
it takes
isn't it?
all my time. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But I mean,
Well, you
maybe
should read the
that would.
hot zone. Maybe like get with me on this.
No, I don't think I need to do that. But I think probably you would help yourself a little bit if you were wearing a mask on a plane. I think that's not a bad idea if that makes you feel better.
It's not a bad idea, just, because all kinds of stuff is still
Yeah.
out there.
Right.
But yeah, I need to, not be like on a high anxiety level
Mhm.
24/7.
Right. Yeah.
It's just, I don't trust the folks that are running the show.
Yeah, making these big decisions. Yeah,
Yeah. We're
I
probably just going to have to
understand.
start. RFK will have us injecting beef tallow or something. And
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, yeah. Oh boy.
anyway, okay, I don't mean to bring us all back down again, but so have a good night, everybody. That's really what I wanted to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
And
and
we'll
we'll
talk
talk in a
soon.
few days. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Tia.
All
Okay.
right. Have a good one. See ya.
You too. Bye bye. Oh, Rocky.